New laws from sports betting to Styrofoam, the changes that might impact you and your family. 13 Wham's Jane Chaco breaks down what's new in 22 for us.
Doug, some changes begin December 31st, like allowing some marijuana sales and an increase in minimum wage. The Styrofoam ban will go into effect Saturday when the clock strikes midnight. There could be a new business on the block in 2022. Communities across the state have until December 31st to say whether they will allow marijuana dispensaries. In Monroe County, only 5 municipalities so far have opted in. Those that opt out can join the cannabis market later.
We are already getting calls from folks who are looking to invest in this community, and they are not looking to make small, insignificant investments. They are looking to make large investments.
Also on December 31st, a new minimum wage for New Yorkers takes effect. The minimum wage has been increasing to $15 since 2016. The new wage per hour is increasing 70 cents to $13.20.
And we're not saying people don't deserve a raise. You know, it's expensive to live in the world, but it's a hard year for it to happen.
On the first day of the new year, your takeout will look a little different. Restaurants will no longer be able to use Styrofoam containers. The first violation will cost businesses up to $250. And a win for sports betting. 9 mobile sports books are on track to be launched in 2022. Experts say mobile betting apps will be up and running in the middle of January, in time for the Super Bowl.
We'll see a lot more people kind of getting into the game, gaming, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Starting in January, home insurance companies can't charge pet owners different rates based on their dog's breed. On average, insurance companies charged more for people who owned pit bulls, Rottweilers, and German Shepherds. And another law starting next year. In May, employers must tell their new employees if they are being electronically monitored in any way.
And with holiday travel at its peak, air travelers might have to add a COVID vaccination card to their packing list before they board a plane. 13 Wham's Carla Rogner live now at the airport talking to travelers about a potential vaccine mandate to fly. Carla?
Right now, non-U.S. citizens flying into the U.S. must have proof of vaccination and a negative COVID test. But Dr. Fauci says a vaccine requirement for Americans flying within the country should be seriously considered. It's a controversial idea among travelers.
Absolutely not.
That's fine with me. I would feel safer.
The CDC requires wearing a mask inside the country's airplanes and airports. Some travelers say adding in a vaccine mandate is just too much.
I'm not a pro-vaxxer. I don't think there's been enough information put into it.
Others say it would give them an added feeling of safety.
I feel more comfortable for myself and my family members traveling if everyone was vaccinated.
Rochester travel agent Lindy Maria fears a vaccine mandate to fly would be a major blow to her already struggling industry.
I have many clients who are not vaccinated and do not plan on getting vaccinated will have to cancel all their travel trips.
DeMaria says dealing with existing mandates is hard enough.
I've had other clients who have changed their travel plans because their destinations had put in a vaccine mandate and they just refused to go.
And it's tough to plan trips with so many changing regulations in the U.S. and abroad.
We don't know what's going to come from one day to the next, so it's certainly challenging to make sure to have all of that information at hand for our clients.
Still, some say it's time to take action.
Just with how many problems there have been with delays and cancellations, I think if more people were vaccinated and there's some proof of that, then maybe we would have less problems.
The Biden administration has said in the past a COVID vaccine to fly domestically isn't necessary, but Dr. Fauci says it could help as an incentive to get more people vaccinated.
All right, thank you, Carla. Now to the continued push to resume in-person learning after students return from the holiday break. Part of it includes possible changes to the state's recommendation for its Test to Stay program. 13 Wham's Natalie Kutchko explains how districts in Monroe County are planning amid the latest surge in COVID cases. Natalie is live now in Rush-Henrietta. Hi, Natalie.
Hey, Ginny. Well, the head of Monroe County's Council for Superintendents told us today that remote learning is an absolute last option for districts at this point. This as schools continue their respected COVID protocols to keep kids in the classroom safely. Optimistic updates for Monroe County schools with an encouraging message of preparedness to keep in-person instruction.
We're fully committed to remaining open for in-person instruction. I know that families are worried about going back to remote learning. And I think for all of us, that's going to be a last resort.
Tuesday, superintendents from across New York, including the heads of local school districts, met virtually with Governor Kathy Hochul to discuss these plans and possible changes to COVID protocols. This includes the Test to Stay program, which many area schools have already adopted.
Most of us have had a lot of success with this early on in terms of being able to keep unvaccinated students who were potentially close contacts but show no symptoms in school through daily negative testing.
Wright says possible changes could include reducing the number of times the students have to test. In the Rush-Henrietta School District, students are tested daily. Parents we spoke with say in-person learning is vital for their kids, especially after going without it for so many months.
That's scary. My daughter went through, and is still going through, a lot of regression from being out of school during that gap. I'm really concerned and I'm nervous for what's to come.
My son has gotten the brunt of this being kindergarten, first grade, second grade. He has felt it all the way through. And he can't afford to miss any more school.
Monroe County is also planning another test kit distribution for families where students will be able to bring tests home with them soon after classes are back in session.
Yesterday's conversation, only reiterates at the state level their commitment to helping us to stay open. And at the local level, we're committed to doing the same thing because we know that that's what's best for kids.
Wright says modified quarantine guidelines from 10 days to 5 for essential workers will also relieve a persistent staffing shortage in schools across the region.
These are all positive steps to continue our goal of in-person learning. I think it's going to take a collective effort.
And classes do resume Monday, just a matter of days, and it's important to note that students and staff will not be required to test upon arriving back to school.